Same street.
And I believe that if you
one,
spend that
we
500,000
didn't have
on
up to
cash
10
flow,
people who ran into
it
losses.
should be able to generate a commission
I
of
was
not
charging
less than 5
5,000
million.
naira and we ran into loss.
Right, I've done this many times.
Now I'm
I've
charging
seen it work.
30,000, giving early bird to pay 50.
However, here
and
are
ladies and
the
gentlemen,
terms
then it was
and conditions.
40-seater.
Okay.
We had 1346.
You must bring not much, just 20 people
to accommodate. It was
every day. 500,000 by 7 position. You bring 20 people, they come from the beginning and stay till the end. You have gotten 70K.
I remember, same speaker, it was me.
And by the way, we're doing this for staff.
Same street.
Staff to our
But one hotel had a better name,
however,
a better brand.
We cannot pay you 70.
High net worth people love to
cannot
go
pay
there.
you
And just seeing the name,
we can only pay you 500.
It connected with the
so you have to do this consistently.
And this is very
for
key,
7 days.
Very. But oh boy. Hey guys, how you doing today? So welcome to day 1 of the 21-day high ticket sales challenge, right? I want to welcome all of you. Thank you for being part of this event. This is the free version, particularly for our GTEX and associate members. But we have a paid version with a 2-day solid, powerful event, 6 hours every day. Bringing everyone. In reality, we're going to be having a lot of coursework. We're going to be having a lot of assignments. We're going to be adding everyone to a community. And there's so much you're going to be getting in terms of content materials beyond what you're getting in these 21 days. But let's start this 21 days, which is giving us introduction into high ticket sales. What's high ticket sales? Basically, it's talking about being able to sell things that are very expensive, like $18K mentorship. Okay, so of course that got people angry. Please, forget that I mentioned that before I start trending again on a negative note. But how do you sell things that are very expensive? I need us to know that sometimes quality, I'm here at Harvard, doing my, owner president's management program, big course, and I'm in my room, my hostel. And I'm looking at how is Harvard able to convince me to pay $150,000 for 3-unit course. We're going to be doing 3 weeks in each unit. How did Harvard University do that? That's a high ticket program. That's when you put that into Nigeria now, for those of you Nigerians, Africans, when you multiply it, it's a lot of money. But how did they convince me to do that? How did I get into that mix? And for me, these are things we need to begin to look out for, because many of us think that quality equals to excellence, and that's wrong. Anything of value comes at a cost, heavy cost. Nothing of value is cheap. Nothing. Nothing. And we know this. I've gotten cheap bags. I do a lot of traveling. Sometimes like, hey, you need a bag, and I got some cheap. But guess what? In matter of 1 month, I need to change the bag. Now I've got some bag quite expensive and pricey. 5 years is looking as new, leather, solid, knitted, with hand and all of that. So anything that is quality will take time. It will just take time. Rolls Royce is expensive, but you don't keep fixing Rolls Royce with your roadside mechanic every day. Right? The leather of Rolls Royce does not tear just like that. These are cars that even turn them to vintage cars. And that's really what high ticket is about. So and you need to understand that. Now, there's sometimes where, in the case of high ticket, they're not even selling quality. That's not even the issue. Because whether it's the cheap ones or the expensive ones, quality isn't the issue. It's about status, right? So Harvard, for example, isn't just selling education. And you need to know this. It's not about education. MIT, there's other universities that are quite good, and the course curriculum is solid. But Harvard is adding to the curriculum status. You're an Harvard alumni. It's a status. It's a status everybody guards, everybody brags about. Status. Okay, and that takes me to my first course here. And I'm talking about positioning for luxury. How do you position yourself as a salesperson to be able to sell something that is expensive, something that is pricey, something that is luxury? How do you do that? Okay, how do you do that? And I think the first thing is to understand, what do the kind of people that can afford luxury, what do they care about? Yes. What are they interested in? Where do they go? How do they eat? What matters to them? What do they prioritize? Where do their children go? You know, who do they mix with? What do they value the most? You see, positioning for luxury is heavily, and when I say heavily about where you stand. Do you stand where those kind of customers are standing? Do you sit where they sit? Do you talk where they talk? Do you hang around people like that? And so, when we say you want to sell pricey things, where do you go? What club are you a member of? What kind of game do you play? You know, I understand with most of us who will be watching this, because I came from a very humbling background. If you used to ask me years ago, what do I love the most? I would say it's football, you know, even though I'm not good at playing. But as I started selling luxury products, I had to learn how to understand the game of polo, the game of golf. Between polo and golf, I eventually love golf more, and so I'm golf. I had to learn to understand what are fancy hotels, you know, that fits the kind of customer I'm trying to attract, and I started doing my event at those kind of places. So I'll share a story with you. Some of you may not know this, but our company started as a digital marketing firm, and before digital marketing, I used to do public speaking. I still do public speaking. So I do consulting, I do a lot of public speaking, helping businesses. And I do consulting, I do a lot of public speaking, helping businesses. And I remember I organized, events for business owners, just teaching them marketing and things like that. And I will use, those kind of nameless hotels, if you know what I'm talking about, because it was about, I need the price to be cheap, I need the price to be a certain way. And in fact, there's a particular one I did, and that was the time I knew I was in trouble. I'd managed to pay part payment for the hotel, did publicity, same Ikeja GRA Lagos, which is a good location, but the hotel didn't have a big brand. I eventually ran into losses that my laptop was the guarantee, for because after the event we didn't have enough people show up. It was a loss. We couldn't have, all that paid was not even enough to pay for the venue. So I had to drop my laptop. And then the next time I said, we have to change this. The same street, this time around we use an hotel called Protea Hotel. I think the name is changed now to maybe Radisson Blue or something. But same street, talking about positioning, guys. So I sent my staff. He went to the manager, general manager, booked the place. They gave him deadline of when we must pay. And, we asked them, okay, can we pay, maybe 2 weeks to the event. They agreed and they were going to reserve it. They did the marketing flyer and, we're going to charge you 30,000 Nigerian naira for this event. But if you pay early, we're giving you 50% discount. Now that's where the discount thing came from. And it's been one of the best ways to raise capital for me in business, where I'm able to literally lower the price. I don't even mind. Most times I'm either losing money or the exact cost is what I'm charging. But at least it helps us to pay the bills. So we did that. Ladies and gentlemen, same street, the previous one, we didn't even have up to 10 people. We ran into losses and I even charged lower. Now, I was charging 5,000 naira and we ran into loss and we didn't have enough people. Now I'm charging 30,000, giving early bird to pay 15. And ladies and gentlemen, the venue was, I think, 40-seater. We had, I think, 46. Some people had to, had to move the chairs forward to accommodate. It was packed. That was when I understand the power of positioning in business. And that, look, if you don't position, same content, and you remember, same speaker, it was me, same content, same street, but one hotel had a better name, a better brand, a better high net worth people love to go there, and just seeing the name, it connected with the price point. And this is very key, very, very important. And so, for charging $18,000 or whatever, was bad PR, if you look at it that way. But oh boy, was one of the best positioning that has ever happened to my brand. Because now people see me and they're, oh, that expensive guy, that a thinking guy, no, it has the downside, right? Because now, when my name is mentioned anywhere, people want to charge me triple and quarter%. The guy is rich, he charged 18,000. Okay. But in reality, it's a yearly course, it's for 1 whole year. Right? And you have no idea what they will be gaining that 1 year. You have their access to my contact, my relationship, my networks, they have access to everything I have. Somebody help me explain. I'm begging you to these people. Let them leave me alone. But on a serious note, it was a positioning message. Some people even think I orchestrated the trend. Just intentionally did it. I didn't. Trust me. I was even on my way out of the country. It wouldn't have trended if I was even, because if I had noticed it was going that route, I would have deleted. I asked my team. I'm big on social media. I'm one of the biggest social media strategists you ever meet. But I was on my way to Doha when they made the post. I got to Doha, I was tired, I had to sleep. So the thing had almost 24 hours to populate, and by the time I got to see it, it's gone viral. I just had to own it. But it was good for positioning. We had more people sign up for the coaching. We had more people subscribe for the coaching, and it was good for business. So positioning is important. Yes, sometimes we pitch you against, other people with certain idealistic mindset, with certain, it's charging the poor. Poor people can't pay $18,000 to start with. But you see, the part of it is, why did they post it on Facebook? Facebook isn't a place you're going to meet a lot of rich people. Now, the same content on Instagram did not go viral negatively. Same post on Instagram did well, no issue. Same thing about talking about the same street. One got the venue packed when the price was triple. One, same street, but the brand, because it attracts certain kind of people, right? So very important in positioning yourself. Now, finally, don't make the mistake that my social media team made, right? Certain content are meant for certain places. So what am I saying? one of the most powerful positioning you must do is to position yourself as somebody who is not necessarily selling cheap, right? Because when you position yourself as premium, then it's easy to sell something that is cheap. But when you position yourself as cheap, you will never be able to sell premium. So I want to advise you, right? Certain content are meant for certain places. So what am I saying? One of the most powerful positioning you must do is to position yourself as somebody who is not necessarily selling cheap, right? Because when you position yourself as premium, then it's easy to sell something that is cheap. But when you position yourself as cheap, you will never be able to sell premium. So I want to advise you, don't come. I say this, lazy salespeople come with a cheap strategy. It's laziness of the highest order. It's a proof you're lazy, but nothing but lazy. Very smart salespeople go for the top, and then they could trickle it down, right? But they go position for the top. That's the rule. That's the mindset. That's the strategy. Stick to it. It works any day, anytime. Well, I'm Dr. Stephen Akintai. I hope you got value on this first one. Now, do me a favor. I want you, particularly this season, taking testimony seriously, right? Because they need to know what we stand for, guys. They need to know. They need to know who Stephen Akintai is. These people don't know. And you know, don't follow me on YouTube. I don't watch the value I bring to the table. So, share the testimony of this video. Please do that. It's the least you can do for putting in 21 days to teach you without charging you. Guys, please go do that. And I really will appreciate that. And I think evil thrive when light goes silent, right? Evil thrive in the absence of light. If there's enough people saying knowledge is important, training is important, Dr. Stephen is still learning, paying money, mentoring, reaching out to mentors and learning from them, even at this success level. So why should anybody be angry with him for charging? But you need to speak out. You can't. I've said this over time. When I did a post at some point about Daddy Gio, right? And I said, the problem is not those who are after Daddy Gio. The problem is more about those who keep quiet, okay, and don't talk about their testimonies and the impact of Daddy Gio in their lives. Those are the people we should talk about. Right, because if you have somebody who's added value to you and somebody keeps going, damaging their reputation, and you keep quiet, it's just say, well, it's your opinion. Now you are empowering those people to continue. You're empowering evil to continue, and you're discouraging good people from saying, well, if I do good as well, they could drag me. I know a very powerful woman who could have added so much value on social media space. She has a lot to teach. Each time she could be telling Doc, if I post now, they will drag me. What do I even have to say? They can begin to complain, they can do this, they can do that. And this is why evil continues to continue. So, speak up, speak for good. I love you all. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Good morning. How many of us are excited to be here? I'm super excited to be here. Thank you, Dr. Stephen, for that premium speech. We really do appreciate. Can anyone tell us what they learned? For me, one thing that stood out for me is where Doctor said we should speak up. Speak for good. Don't be shy. Don't say, oh, what will they say? What will people? If you don't talk, the wrong narrative about you will keep, going out there. So you need to stand for yourself and say and correct the narratives. So is there anyone that have anything that they learned from that video? Anyone? Angel? Can you have anything to say from what you learned from the video so far? Okay, she's about to say something.
Okay, good morning, everybody. One of the things I learned is premium luxury is not cheap, and also we shouldn't be lazy. We shouldn't be lazy salespeople, because if you are lazy, how are we going to bring in the sales? How are we going to get things done? So we shouldn't be lazy.
Wow, thank you so much, Miss Angel. Wow, thank you. So yes, we sell luxury and we do premium in GTEX Holdings, people that deal with luxury, right? So who is excited to be here? I'm super excited. Very soon we're kicking off. I'm inviting our acting MD. She has actually sold in over 1 billion. She was the highest salesperson for last year. She won herself a car, traveled to Dubai, Doha. What? Let's just clap for Mrs. Jessica Elebio as she come on board. Comment. Who is excited? Comment, I'm excited. Everyone, please. As you come on board, Miss Jessica, you have the floor.
Good morning, everyone. It's good to be here. How are you guys doing this morning? That was an amazing speech from Dr. Stephen Akintayo. So what I want to say this morning is that take every training, everything you hear here seriously, right? So that you can be able to scale up, right? So today's training is going to be an amazing one. We are well prepared for you guys. We have an amazing person in our midst today. Yeah, it's not just an amazing person, but a very good leader. He has traveled far and wide, and it's remarkable. He's also a dynamic leader, right? So his name is Mr. Rana Ijaz. He's our group CEO of the group CEO of GTEX Holdings. He stands as an exceptional example, right? And under his dynamic leadership, GTEX Holdings has not just only expanded its global footprint, but also redefined what is meant to be to build a legacy in the real estate and investment space. What makes him truly remarkable is his unwavering support, his unwavering commitment to people and development. He leads not just with excellence, but with empathy, right? He's calm and also very good, right? I'm personally grateful for his support and also his mentorship and his exemplary support, his character. His presence in GTEX is a blessing, I must say. Yeah. Let's welcome Mr. Rana Ijaz. I want to see your clap. I want to see your I want to see it in the comment section. Let's welcome Mr. Rana Ijaz, our group CEO. I want to see your comments. Yeah, thank you, guys. Yeah, welcome, Mr. Rana Ijaz.
Thank you, Ms. Jessica, for the kind words, and welcome everyone to this 21-day sales challenge. For the audience who maybe don't know me, my name is Rana Ijaz. I'm Group CEO for GTEX Holdings. I'm by profession, I'm an investment banker and a CPA from US, having spent number of years in financial services industry and real estate. I'm joining from Dubai. So just because Dr. Stephen, I was just watching the video, he's in Harvard these days for 3 weeks program. I think the focus of this particular challenge is how to sell high-end tickets, We all try to sell, but you can sell 100 items versus one item could exceed the revenues. I think that is one of the. So I'm going to touch base few of the critical aspects of high ticket sales, and then we can have few questions towards the end. I'll try to brief. High ticket sales are items of services that command a premium in pricing due to a brand or a quality advantages. What it means, you will need a fewer customers to earn higher revenues versus low-end tickets where you need number of customers to meet certain target in revenues. It generally entails creating an aura of exclusivity and appeal around your brand, because you are targeting a high-end customer. So you need to create that aura. You're exclusive, and your brand has that appeal that will attract that particular market niche or high-end mind, and make it attractive to a premium client and willing to pay for it. So there are certain key steps which I'm going to touch base. Let me give you an example. Ford car, they need to sell 900 cars against one Ferrari, the Italian brand maker. So imagine Ford needs to put the efforts, they need to sell 900 units, while Ferrari need to sell only one unit, and they have the similar kind of revenue. So this is the thing we are talking about today, high-end tickets. And sitting in Dubai in particular, where we see more often of these kind of sales. Jessica was here in March. Jessica, the prime areas, like particularly in Palm and new developments are coming, Palm Jebel Ali and Jebel Ali Hills. Here, I have seen units getting sold 200 million plus dirhams. No, we have projects coming up like Jacob and Co. You have been there, Bengati. One penthouse it will be around 200 million dirhams. So these are high-end tickets. These are the people who typically they are celebs, high net worth individuals. So how to approach them? So you need to have that brand attractiveness. So you need to have that aura of exclusivity. So these people get attracted towards you. So let me just touch base few, and of course, as a business, when you have high-end tickets, you achieve faster break-evens, high earnings, you can scale your capital, and you are perceived high in the market. Perception is always bigger than reality. So as you will have high net worth individuals with you as your customers, you will be perceived very high in value. They become your ambassadors. Their testimonials, they go a long way in the growth of business. So you always have two options. You can always go after the low tickets and go to the mass market. That's another approach. Nothing wrong with that. But there's an excellent opportunity if you can differentiate yourself in the market and go after the high-end tickets, which you really can make the difference. I've seen practically people became millionaire in Dubai with fewer transactions rather than putting years of efforts. And I would identify 10 steps you need to how you can make high ticket sales. First of all, you need to identify your ideal buyer. Number one point. So, because as I mentioned, these are not the people you can find everywhere in the common masses. So you need to identify, you need to do some research. For example, if you look in Dubai, we know where the high net worth individuals live in. We can associate areas with them where they live in. Jumeirah, Palm Jumeirah, Marina. So you don't waste time searching a millionaire, sitting in international cities. I'm just giving you the example. Same. If you are Nigerian perspective, you can always find high net worth customers in Ikoyi, Banana Island. You cannot find them probably in Akeja. You might have those people living there, but you need to find that ideal buyer for you, and you need to do some research. Again, gender and age brackets play an important role also. You need to see the young people are more ambitious. They are with the money at their disposal. They are more bold in decision making, and because they associate a social status with high-end products, and what are their economic profiles, uh, and what are the brand affinities they already associate with. So all these factors are important. As a MDs or a salesperson, we need to know where to identify our right buyer. So this is so critical. The second aspect I want to touch base, you have to define your high ticket offer. You know what exactly you're trying to sell in the market to these individuals. You have to define your unique value proposition or USP. There are two terms we use normally: UVP, unique value proposition, or USP, unique selling point. You know, whatever your product, you need to associate certain things. For example, in the case of G-Text, you know, we always associate, we're not very cheap. We associate ourselves, we are building a high-end communities, green and smart, with all those amenities, high-end amenities, with golf range, with pools, on the beach. So these are the elements that attract to the high-end customers. So this is again a strategic alignment. You know how your high-ticket products resonates with the potential buyers eventually. So, so important. And again, you have to smartly frame your pricing also. You know, you need to sometime you over promise in delivering, but you under budget your cost. You have to factor in all the cost of the production, the operation, marketing, that all build into ultimately a cost. For example, we have seen a country like in Nigeria, we are in the construction business. Due to inflation, construction costs keep going up, and you have promised something high-end product, and you need to make sure whenever you sell this particular piece of property, a ready property or service plot, you factor in all those cost elements in. And at the same time, you should analyze your competition also. What's happening? You know, be smart. Keep analyzing. You know, maybe your competition can outsmart you in certain things. So you learn from your competitors also. It's not only internal learning. You learn from your competitor more. Sometime okay. Sometime you can learn. You can tweak around your strategy. So this is so important. Your pricing should be right. The next point, which I'm going to touch base, is create a content for potential customers. You know, you cannot go to the high net worth individuals with the same kind of general massive content. You need to personalize your approach or sales pitch to these buyers, because these are high end quality people. High value clients want consume exclusive content. Some example of these types be, you can always do opinion pieces, you can do commentary on the industry trends, bring up some data and insights. You present some data, what's happening in the market, feed them with some insight they can leverage on. You present them some reports, surveys, interviews. So this is another effective way how to appeal these high-end individuals. The next thing which I'm going to talk about is again, how effectively you build your premium brand. Because, for example, in G-Tex, what we are trying to do, Dr. Stephen has always been a focused, being expert in social media marketing. We are focusing on building a global brand, that so the high net worth individuals, they would like to associate themselves with premium brands rather than going to the local companies. So, for example, G-Tex, we started 17 years ago. Now we are a company in 4 continents. So we are building we are bringing in those premium elements in our brand. We are in Dubai, we're in the US. So all these things, they do play in the minds of the high net worth individuals, in particular, how big you are, what you have delivered, So there's the research, they say 81% of customers need to trust a brand before purchasing. This is I was reading the number. So the big percentage, 81%, they would like to trust a brand before they buy it. For example, if you go Armani's, Porsche, all these brand, people without thinking they'll go and buy it because there's a sentiment that intensifies when they seek that higher values and higher ticket products and services. So you need to differentiate yourself as a business in building that premium brand. And again, you need also to demonstrate to these potential customers with testimonials and social proof that yes, this is not only the promise we are going to deliver you, but we have done something in the past. Testimonials and social proofs can help these prospective customers and leads. A high ticket client in particular may hesitate because of significant investment. So social proofs, satisfied customers, quality of your premium services or product, they can really validate your appeal. So, so you need to be smart enough to bring similar high-end leads. Then again, another important technique in sales, you need to convey sense of exclusivity and scarcity. For example, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. The high ticket sales are exclusive. This is not available, not in the knowledge of everyone. These properties, sometimes we get to know they are sold. They are not listed in the general public portals. These are so and exclusive, and you always create. These are few. If they take more time in decision making, they might lose out. So conveying sense of scarcity and exclusivity is so important. This is a psychological aspect of limiting availability. It's rooted in basic human psychology. If you show them something is going to go out quick, the people are going to tend and think they're going to make decision faster and buy faster. So, and another important technique. So you can always say, we have limited time offers, we have limited quantity. Always, sometime I have seen effectively being followed in Dubai. All major developers they don't release all 50,000 villas one time. They release 5,000. They will create this sense limited time offers, grab the opportunity, then the next batch will come. So countdown timers. So this plays a very important techniques, particularly on the higher-end customers. If you say them, these are few available. Again, build this with some attractive offering early access, VIP packages, membership program, invite-only events. And not everyone can attend. So then again, all this comes from quality and qualifying leads. How you get access, as I was saying, it depends on the location, depends on particular segment of society, uh, depends on gender, social, fabrication of a society. So all this, you need to have those qualifying leads where you can really identify your buyer, which is I mentioned the first. That was my first point. How you can identify. Again, great customer service is a key, whether you're selling to general masses or you're going for a high net worth individuals. Offering exceptional customer service is important, in particular to high net worth, since a high value customer has significantly higher expectations of quality. He would expect you top notch in your even dressing, the way you communicate, the way you deliver, the way you receive, where you meet. So all these things are important. So we need to you need to train our sales team also to deliver top-notch services can directly impact the customer satisfaction eventually. And it creates a sense of loyalty, overall perception of your brand. So the last point, not the least, you need customers, not only transactional, you don't need to be transactional in nature. You need to build long time and nurture those relationships. It's so critical. Sometimes you find a customer and don't be transaction in your approach. Even you have done close the transaction, keep in touch, do a follow-up. Do you have any problem I can help you with? These are kind of things they build helping in a relationship and have your repeat business. And if these people have a psychology, if they trust you one time, they're going to trust you all the time. So nurturing relationship in high value asset is highly personalized, and strategic follow-up. Keep doing that. These are unique post-sales approaches. You need to stay in touch, foster those loyalty and relationships. So, and the last, I would like to request everyone, if you can write the word pitch, PITCH, what it stands for. Can anyone help me? What P in our industry stands for? Can someone write in the comment box? I'm talking about this word. Just to emphasize, pitch mean your unique value proposition or problem solving. So you cannot keep selling until you demonstrate to other customer that you are trying to solve his problem. And I stands for introduction is fine, but your pitch should have the ability to inspire the customers towards action. So the I basically, I'm just trying to give you a hint so you remember, everyone should remember this. P mean your proposition and problem solving. I stands for inspired to action. Eventually, whatever we are trying to do, we are trying to bring it to a close. We're trying to bring it to some conclusion. We're trying to sell somewhere. And T stands for you need to be ready to tailor your approach to an individual customer needs. Each person is different. P stands for proposition and problem solving. You cannot go in the market and start selling. You have to tell you have a need and it solves your housing problem. For example, when you are selling some properties, yes, land will not be available. It cannot be manufactured every day. So it solves a problem, and we are giving you on the scattered payment plans. So you understand listen to him, identify his issues, and try to offer that solution. So problems solving and your proposition. What is your USP in that? So I discuss about I, inspire him to action. T is always tailor your pitch according to the need of customer. Every customer is different. Sometimes people have budget issues. Some people have money, but they want high-end tickets, high-end products. So you always should show him that kind of flexibility. And what is C? C means you don't need to tell whole life story to customers. You need to be concise and to the point. So that's also important. Sometimes as salespeople, we tend to disarray a lot, left, right, and we don't focus eventually what you are there for. So you need to be concise and direct in your approach. And what is H? Anyone can tell me? H mean you need to sell with heart. You need to be passionate when you talk to your customers. You cannot be like robotics or we have this, we have that. You need to have that personal touch or element whenever you're trying to sell. So I'm going to repeat P for proposition and problem solving. I for inspired to action, bring a deal to a close. T mean you need to tailor. Yes, someone wrote thank you. Concise, straight to the point. H, you need to have a heart to sell, a passionate. So I'm just, sometimes these abbreviations, they help us in remembering and tailoring our approach. And thank you so much, guys, for the time and having me, Jessica. I don't know how much time I was allowed and how much I consumed. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to take. Jessica?
So, thank you so much for the training. It's educative, very, very educative. Thank you, Mr. Rana. We appreciate you.
Welcome.
Can we all say thank you to Mr. Rana in this comment section and emojis? I want to see that, a lot of it right now, please. So we were in Dubai in March, just as Mr. Rana mentioned. That was in March, and the experience was fun. Like I learned a lot from him, right? If it comes to sales, the guru, high ticket product. He has traveled far and wide, just as I mentioned, and we were able to sell some properties in Dubai during that period, right? So if you take this training very serious, it's not just about hearing what he has just trained us on this morning, but you have to put it in practice, right? He mentioned clients' testimonials. When someone buys something from you, get him to do a testimonial. Let him do a testimony on products he has bought. And he also mentioned that people buy from you based on trust, right? So they need to trust you and they need to trust your brand. And you know what we are selling is premium. And we are not just in Nigeria, we are a global brand and we are 17 years in existence. If you have not done your welcome to, if you have not done happy 17 years anniversary to GTS video, please go and do it, right? So we'll move on to the next session now. So remember yesterday, Dr. Stevens mentioned that you should get 20 persons to come to attend this meeting today. Not just today, they could attend for the whole 21 days, right? Don't wait for 7 days alone. 7 days is not enough. So you could do for the whole 21 days. So if you are 20 persons, keep attending for 7 days. You are entitled to 500 K, which can be used to run ads. And before you know, you are selling massively, right? After running the ads. So we have a digital person in our midst today. So he's going to be training us on how to run ads on YouTube and some other social media. So who is excited to hear this? If you are excited, type I am excited. I've not seen any comments, so I thought the comments would come so fast. I've not seen your icons, so I'm waiting for it. Good. Patience, I can see you. Daniel. I can see that smile. All right. Daniel Miracle will be taking us today on how to run ads on YouTube. It's going to be a practical session. Please listen attentively, right? So that you'll be able to run ads yourself. And after the ad you run, it has to be our product too. Okay, you're welcome, Daniel Miracle. You can go ahead.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Mike. Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
please let me know if you can hear me. All right.
If you can hear him, just comment, I can hear you, so that I can go ahead. All right, they can hear you.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Miracle Daniel, and I'm a representative of Dr. Mohammed Dago, his mentee, and today I'll be speaking on how to run ads for real estate. I'll be speaking on how to run ads for real estate based on what he sent to me. Right? I don't know, Miss Jessica, can I share my screen? I don't know, can I share my screen?
Yes, you can go ahead, please. Thank you.
Right, I believe everyone can see my screen, right? Please let me know if you can see my screen, please.
Yes, we can see your screen.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, how to run ads for real estate. We'll be focusing on a couple of things, about 9. I hope the time allows us to, right? The first thing we'll be looking at is what Facebook advertising is and why ads matter in real estate. We'll be looking at what Facebook advertising is and why ads matter in real estate. I don't know who drew this line, but it's okay. What Facebook advertising is and why ads matter in real estate. We'll also be looking at Facebook ads structure, right? Facebook ad structure has to do with how you set up, right, from the campaign level to the ad level and including your funnel, all right? We'll also be looking at key objectives of real estate ads. Key objectives of real estate ads. Fourthly, we'll try as much as we can to understand who our audience is, and the key components of identifying our audience, right? Number 5, we'll also be looking at the elements that you must have for high converting ads. The elements that you must have for high converting ads, right? We'll also talk about the campaign types that you can use to sell real estate properties. To sell real estate, there are a couple of campaign types that you should use, and then the best destinations that you can direct these people to, right? Say websites, WhatsApp, whatever destination that you want. But there are about 2 or 3 recommendations, right? Based on my slide, I have 2 or 3 recommendations. And there are also mistakes that you should avoid when you're running ads for real estate. There are mistakes that you should avoid, right? I've heard people say experience is the best teacher. Yeah, but I say people's experience is the best teacher, right? I do not have to experience something before I learn. I do not have to go through pain before I learn. If I see someone who already have been through something, I don't need to go through that thing again. All I need to do is to learn from the person's experience, right? I saw a video, was it on TikTok now, where 3 guys, they were asking them how many times they need to fail before they will learn, right? And then the first guy said he will have to try something like if he fails up to like 4 times, then he's going to 5 times, then he's going to stop trying. The second guy said once he fails twice, he's going to stop trying. The third guy said he doesn't need to fail. These 2 persons have already failed on his behalf. He said the 2 persons have already failed on his behalf. So once he launches, once he goes in, he learns from their experience and he avoids the same thing that they did that they failed. He will learn from their experience, so he doesn't need to fail again, right? So there are mistakes that you must avoid when you're running ads for real estate. And then there are also results that you should expect. Running ads for real estate, there are results that you should expect. Because of course, when you plant, you surely must harvest, right? So these are what we'll be focusing on in today's class as regards Facebook advertising for real estate. Now, what is Facebook ads? I believe a lot of us already are running ads, but I would just like for us to go through the process from start to finish, right? So what is Facebook advertising? I believe you might have been scrolling through your Facebook feed and then you just see an ad pop up, you'll see sponsored, how many million views, 1,000 comments and the likes. Yeah, Facebook ads is a paid form of publicity on Facebook that people use to connect with or reach out to an audience, promote their products or services, generate leads, and drive traffic, right? Facebook advertising is not free. Facebook advertising is not free. Facebook advertising requires money. It requires money. So it's a paid form of publicity. Publicity means putting your stuff in the faces of people who need them, or people who are likely to be your customers. That is what advertising is. It's a paid form of publicity. You get publicity, you get views, you get likes, you generate leads, you get conversions, you drive traffic to a particular website or even app, say WhatsApp or any other app that you're making use of, right? Facebook ads is paid. It's a paid form of publicity on Facebook, right? So now there are key objectives of real estate ads. There are key objectives of real estate ads, right? When you want to run ads for real estate, right, there are things that you have in mind. Key objectives, like when you're also setting up campaigns, there are campaign objectives also. There are campaign objectives when you're setting your ads for real estate. So there are key objectives for real estate ads, right? The first objective is to generate leads, whether buyer leads or seller leads. As a real estate person, as somebody who is running ads for real estate, your key objectives, your first objectives is to generate leads. Leads of people who will buy or leads of people who will sell. That means people who are already realtors who will want to sell your properties for you, right? So the number one key objective is to generate buyer or seller leads. The second objective is to build awareness for new listings. Say you have new properties in a particular location and you want people to be aware of these properties. You have properties in, where should I mention now? Should I say Karasana North or City Park, or wherever the location is, right? You want to let people know about your new listings, right? And then thirdly, to promote, events like house openings, webinars, real estate webinars, and what have you, right? Key objectives for real estate ads is to promote events, real estate events, all right? Another key objective is to establish your brand as something that is trustworthy, as something that is trustworthy. I watched the presentation by DSA, Dr. Stephen Akintayo, right, where he was talking about right? He was talking about customers. He was talking about credibility, all right? Yeah, selling to people at the top. They should know that you are somebody that they can trust with their money. So key objective for running real estate ad is to build yourself as somebody who is trustworthy, as a real estate agency or company that is very, very trustworthy, all right? So we'll be moving on to why ads matter in real estate. Why should I run ads for real estate? Why? Over 90% of buyers start their home search online, right? Over 90% of people who buy real estate properties, they start their search online. And according to research, Facebook has over 2 billion users. And out of those 2 billion users, over 30, is it 30% now? Yeah, over 30% spend at least 15 minutes on a daily basis on that platform. So imagine 30% of 2 billion people seeing your ads like on a daily basis. That's a lot. That is a lot. So over 90% of real estate buyers start their search online. They go to Facebook, they go to Instagram and search houses in Ikoyi, houses in Banana Island. They can even go to Chrome and search for houses or things that they will likely buy in the nearest future, right? So that is why you should, that is why ads matter in real estate, because 90% of people start their search online and they use platforms that they are most conversant with. And one of the platforms that people are most conversant with is Facebook. Facebook is very, very easy to use, no stress, there's no much integration, it's not stressful, it's just easy going, right? The second reason why ads matter in real estate is social media ads are cost effective, they are scalable, and they are highly targeted. Now, I would let you know that Facebook is the cheapest platform that you can launch your campaigns in, or that you can launch your campaigns with. Facebook is very, very cheap, with as low as 100, 200, 3, 4, 500, like Miss Jessica mentioned, you can run successful campaigns and generate massive quality leads that you can sell to, that you can follow up. Another reason why ads matter in real estate is they help you reach people actively, people that are actively interested in property deals. Ads help you reach out to those persons, right? Now, in running ads, you need to identify who your audience are. You need to identify who your audience are. Dr. Steven was talking about positioning for luxury, right? He was also talking about you selling status, right? He also mentioned that very smart people go for the top, right? Very smart people go for the top. Now, you need to know the people who are at the top before you'll be able to sell to them. You need to know people who are at the top before you will be able to sell to them, right? Yes, and Mr. Rana also mentioned that you need to identify your ideal buyers. You need to identify your ideal buyers. This is the first important part. Before you go into your ads manager, before you open your Facebook on your Chrome browser or whatever browser, you must have these things written down. You must be able to identify who your ideal customers are. You must be able to identify your target audience. Who are they? Where are they? What are they interested in? These are key questions that you must be able to answer if you will identify your target audience. You must be able to answer these questions of who, where, and what. Who are they? Where are they located? And what are they interested in? Very important key questions that you must be able to answer, right? When we are talking about who are they, we are talking about their behavioral traits, right? We are talking about their gender. We are talking about their age group, right? Who are they? People who have money to buy. I cannot say I want to sell a 30 million naira property to, should I say, an 18 years old boy now, right? Where would that person have the money to buy that 30 million naira property I want to sell, right? It's just like how do I put it? It's just like pouring water into an ocean or pouring water into a sea. It doesn't add or change anything at all. So you must be able to identify who your target audience is. You must be able to identify your ideal customers. Who are they? What are their age range? Where are they located? This is where demographics comes in. It has to do with their gender, their location, their income, their education, and even their occupation also. All right, their psychographics. What are they interested in? What do they have to do with lifestyle? What are their attitudes? What are their beliefs? You must be able to identify these key questions, this important aspect, before you'll be able to know who your target audience are. All right, you must also know their needs. You must know their pain points. You must know their interest. Like Dr. Akintayo mentioned, he said we should sell luxury. So real estate has to do with people who like luxury, who like comfort, right? I was listening to Dr. Mohamed Dago. He said one of the reasons why he ventured into real estate because he was tired of paying rent. That is a pain point. That is a pain point, right? He was tired of paying rent. That's why he ventured into real estate, where he gets to, own his own property, and that idea of always paying rent on a daily basis gets out of his mind. He knows that expenses of yearly rent renewal is out of his expenditure already. All right. And then once you position yourself as somebody who solves housing problems, you will make money more from real estate. You will sell more with ads, because generally everyone has problems. So the more problems you solve, the more money you make. That is how it works, right? The more housing problems you solve, the more money you make. So if you are able to identify or answer the key questions as to who, right, where, and what, you will do crazy well in advertising. Who are your target audience, right? Where are they located, and what are they interested in? Very important key factors, very important key questions. Moving on, we'll be talking about the must-have elements, the elements that you must have for your ads to convert very well, right? Now we're talking about when you are setting up your campaigns. We'll go to the practical session. I just want us to have an idea of everything we'll be doing because of the practical, right? You should have there are things that you must have for your ads to convert, right? You must have your hook, which is called attention grabbing. Other people call it headline, right? When you're crafting your copy, when you are recording your video, your creative, right? You must have a hook. When you're recording your video, there's something that you should say to draw people's attention, because the attention span of people is very, very low. Very, very low. People do not have time. People do not have time. So if you have the ability to even get 1% attention of your target audience, right, you are 40% on the high side already. Just 1% attention of your target audience moves you to 40% chance of closing a sale or getting them as a lead or getting to follow up and at the end of the day sell a property to them, right? So your creatives, your copy, your videos, your whatever must be attention grabbing. Must be attention grabbing, right? You must focus on visual, use clear photos, use clear videos. Very important, because you cannot be selling luxury to me and you used a Techno W3 to video the property, video the housing, video the you are. I'll see you as somebody who is not serious already. I'll see you as somebody who is not serious already to sell, right? That's why people use digital cameras. That's why people use good iPhones, right? Make sure your graphics are clear. Make sure the image of the property you are using is very clear. Make sure your everything, your camera angles, everything should be on point. All right. While you're also recording, right? While you're also trying to set up your ads, you should mention benefits. You should highlight amenities and the various return on investment, right? Amenities like access to good roads, a very good landmark, other amenities, whether it has a football court, basketball court, a lot of amenities that has to do with real estate properties. I'm not, too conversant with physical properties because I usually do not go on site. The best I do is to set up campaigns for real estate people based on my research and the details given to me, right? But somebody who is into real estate should know the amenities and the various return on investments that are there, all right? You should also use trust factors, right? Rana mentioned review and testimonials. DSA also mentioned testimonials. It is very, very important, right? People will buy something if they see that other persons are buying. Nothing sells more than word of mouth. Nothing sells more than word of mouth, all right? You should also use good CTA. CTA means call to action, right? You should encourage action when you're setting up your campaign, right? Now, I mentioned here on my slide, I mentioned 4 campaign types to use. We'll go into the ad structure very, very soon. I mentioned campaign types that we can use, right? The first campaign type is lead generation. It is very, very good for real estate, where you set up a lead campaign, generate leads. Of course, anybody who clicks on your ad, you should know that the person is interested. That is why they clicked. So once they click, already there should be like a form, or should I call it a VSL, right? Or a landing page where you get to collect their name, their phone number, and their email. And then you call them, hello, Mr. ABC, we saw that you clicked our ad, we saw that you showed interest in this property in ABC location. Please, may I know your name, where you're located, if it's fine for us to talk to you on WhatsApp, so send you more pictures, the normal follow-up that people do in real estate, right? Yeah, you get to generate leads and do your follow-up. You get to drive traffic, right? Drive traffic to your WhatsApp or a particular website. If you have a website where you have all your listings, you can drive traffic from Facebook to that particular website, or from Facebook to your WhatsApp. Then you get to save and follow up, all right? Another type of campaign you can run for real estate is video views, right? Video views. Say you just posted a video on your page and you want people to see it, you want that video to get to plenty people, or say you just closed a sale, right? And you want people to see that, okay, that particular property is selling fast. You want people to see that you guys are selling fast and you want them to take action as soon as possible, right? You can use video views, and you can also do retargeting ads, because a lot of people might come across your ads and they will not take action immediately. They will not take action immediately. When you check your impressions, you will see that a lot of people, see your ad, but they don't take action immediately. They may even click and go through your website, but they don't take action immediately. So you need to run retargeting ads to show your ads to them and remind them that, they once saw your ad, they once shown interest, but they didn't take action. Now is the best time to take action, right? And then you can use destinations like landing pages, like I mentioned, and also WhatsApp, right? So we'll be going into ad structure now, understanding.
No, Mr. Daniel, I sent you a message.
Okay, let me check. All right. So it's 30 minutes done already. I hope we gained value, right? She said I'm going to continue tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll continue from understanding Facebook ad structure. I'll talk about the complete structure from campaign to ad sets to ads. I'll talk about targeting. I'll talk about budgeting, optimization, copy, headlines, and everything. Right. Thank you so much for having me, Miss Jessica. Thank you. I think my time is up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel. That was an amazing one. Yeah. I'm sure we all got value from the training. So you talk about Facebook ad, and you mentioned Facebook is a regular social media, and Facebook ad is a paid form of publicity. That it means showing what you have, displaying what you have to the public to see, right? Not just for them to see, but for them to take action and for them to buy. And you also said about over 90% of real estate buyers searches for their house online. They do search for their house online, which I agree, right? Because if you are not visible, how can you sell these properties? They can't go from street to street looking for the properties, So when you are visible, show you what you have online. The world has taken over now, as in digital marketing has taken over. So there's no way you won't display what you have online. Mr. Rana also mentioned that you should identify who needs your product. You should identify your ideal buyer. Know who wants to buy your products, right? It means you need to know your market and your products first, which is a key. Hence, we are having this training. You also know who, where, and what, just as Mr. Daniel Miracle mentioned, that their behavioral traits, their age, and their gender. All right, thank you, guys. So we'll briefly take the product knowledge so that you get to understand our products, because this knowledge and without the products, I don't know. So you need the product knowledge to be able to sell. So today we'll be talking about one of our estates in Ibejuleki. That's Jasper Smart Estate. That is the name of the land. Then the house is called Jasper Gardenia. That's the housing unit. So what we have there is 5-bedroom and also 4-bedroom. And what we are basically doing. Okay, Daniel. Yeah, what we are basically doing there is green and smart homes. That's what we are bringing into all our estates, green and smart homes, whereby green stands for renewable energy, eco-friendly environment, right? Yeah, we do off-plan. I hope you guys know what off-plan means, right? So we are going to have a role play of the estate. So tomorrow we'll go in depth about the product itself. So from the role play, you get to understand the house itself, what we have to offer. So Daniel, sell to me. So role play means, for those that don't know, it means one person has to be the client while the other person have to be the marketer. So I'm the client now and he wants to sell to me. So just pay attention. It's going to be brief and to the point.
Yeah, we're selling just for right. Right. Hello, good afternoon, bro.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, allow to Mrs. Daniel. Sorry, please. Let me take it again. All right. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon, Mrs. Jessica. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine. Who is this? Who am I speaking with?
Oh, my name is Daniel. I'm a watch advisor with GTEX Holdings. I'm calling you from the office of Dr. Stephen Akintayo. May I know if this is the best time to talk to you, please?
No, it's not the best time to talk. I'm
Okay.
really busy. I have a lot to do today.
Okay, beautiful. I so much respect your time. However, could you please give me a time that works best for you?
Just 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you so much. So that I can go on.
All
Right.
right.
So calling
I'm calling
regards some of the offers
some
we
of the
have.
offers we
However,
have.
I
However,
want you to know that
I
we are
want you to
actually
know
into
that
real
we are
estate.
actually into real estate.
We are into real
We
estate
are
and
into
investment.
I
And
can see your face.
all right, so actually into real estate and investment, and we are so keen about green and smart. We help wealthy people make more money through real estate investments. And I'm very sure that you will be interested in this kind of
I'm
conversation.
not looking at buying property now. I have a lot of property.
Oh, yes. Property is not what we do make every day or every time, but you invest where people are invested into that will actually bring in a huge ROI when you invest in it. And we actually need more money to really set to some of our daily activities and maybe future plans. So that's why I'm bringing it to you, man.
Where did you say you get my contact again?
Oh yeah, we got your number from our database. It could be you've interacted with our hand or attended our event some time past because we are 17 years in the industry. So we do reach out to most of these people to let them know what we have at the moment and how they can actually leverage it.
Well, I didn't drop my contact anywhere. So if you can't tell me exactly where you got my contact, maybe you should just have a nice day.
Okay, we actually have a very comprehensive data, and if I can check vividly, I see that we both attended Alibaba concert January 1st, and I'm very sure you attended Alibaba January 1st, man.
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Just so you know, we are one of the major sponsors for Alibaba, and for us to even sponsor Alibaba, that means we have a lot of credibility in business. So we tend to interact with Alibaba to sponsor his event so as to have some leads of high net worth individual like you, so that we can tell them what we do. It's no force, it's no compulsory stuff, but it's what we think can help people. So that's why I'm calling, and I'm very sure this will be a very good investment for you if you give me a chance.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so
But I
much.
told you I don't have time and I have a lot to do. So, and you've taken your 3 minutes already. So
I see that
you
you're
will have to
very,
excuse me.
I see that you're actually falling in love with the conversation, and your response were so interesting. So I think we can let you go on if you don't mind. I so much have a lot to do on my team with you, but I care for my clients, and I really wish you can give me more time.
Well, like I told you, I'm not looking at buying property now at all. So I can help you with fair.
Okay, beautiful. That's fine. I so much appreciate that. So I so much appreciate that. Since you're looking at referring, and I saw you don't have enough time, could you please let me know if I can, you know, reach out to you later today after work so that I can have the business number, and I'll be so much accountable and transparent about our
No,
discussion.
I'll help you refer does not mean I'm sending you any contacts. If someone wants a property and I feel like giving your aid, I feel like connecting you, I will do that.
Okay. All right, that's fine. That's fine.
So I remember you mentioned something about Ibejuleki.
Oh yes, yes, yes. It's a project we're currently working on in Ibejuleki there. It's called Jasper Gardenia at Ibejuleki, and it's
Is
green and
it a
smart
house or is it a land? I don't understand. Please, can you be fast about it? I'm in a hurry.
Okay. Yes, it's both a land and as well a landed property. We have the phase 1 being sold out already, and the phase 2 is the land.
I don't
While
want
the
phase
phase
2. If there's no phase 1, I'm not buying. I'm looking at already built house.
Yeah, so you can take that on phase 1.
But at land you guys don't have house. I remember the company now, GTEX, and I saw it somewhere that you don't have house. So someone is saying that exactly.
All right. Are you there, Ma?
Yes.
All right. So we're saying something about we don't really do housing.
Yes.
Okay, I want to let you know that we are 17 years in business, and we have successfully delivered more than 4, green and smart homes along that Ibejuleki axis, and people are currently living there right now. And I want you to know that I can even share with you the video of
I would like
we
to see
recently
it.
shared. Yeah, we recently
So do you have anybody staying there?
Definitely. The rental value right now is 8 to 10 million per annum.
8 to 10 million per annum for the annual value. Why is it like that in Ibejuleki? Ibejuleki of all places.
Yes, it's because they are housing deficit there, but across the projects towards $30 billion going on in that axis. So our target market is the expatriates coming towards that axis.
Okay, that's beautiful. I like the fact that you said there's housing deficit there. But are you sure?
I can't
So is it
actually
already built house
tell you.
or what? I told you I have a lot to do today. So
I already know the kind of client you are. You're able and you're willing, right? But your timing is not it, and so much I have a lot on my table as well too, man. We have both off plan, and off plan is one of the best bets for you to go, to go for. The ready houses we've sold them; they're all sold out. But off plan houses are ones that you can actually keep to, and it's on a discounted offer because we are currently celebrating 17th anniversary as a company. So it's one of the best bets for you.
So do you have like a 9-bedroom? Because I would like a place anytime I come to Nigeria, I can relax with my family and go back. Like a 9-bedroom. So my maid, my driver, and others will have somewhere to stay.
Okay, 9-bedroom. You want it to one in a fully detached stuff, or you actually have it 4-bedroom. I don't get that.
No, I love terraces.
Okay, yeah, because your terminology of 9-bedroom is it's feasible, right? But we don't do 9-bedroom. We do 4-bedroom, we do 5-bedroom, and we do 3-bedroom. But I can actually give you a professional advice from the standpoint of knowledge. You really want a spacious environment. I think 5-bedroom is okay for you, but you're looking forward to getting that 9-bedroom which you really desire. I would want you to get 5, then use 4 for rental value, so that you can get get ROI on your investment.
What did you say?
I'm just trying to give you my own counsel as regards your investment decision now.
All right, just send me something on my WhatsApp. I'll look at it, but because I really need to go back to what I was doing before.
Okay, thank you so much for the audience. I'll send you the necessary documentation, and as well I'll send you the video so that you can watch. I'll send the subscription form as well, because I see that you're very, very interested in what you want to do. And I don't want to take a lot of the time because I have a lot to do to
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. All right, I'll keep in touch.
Yeah. So thank you, Daniel. That was amazing. So the reason why I don't want to be so hard, I would have been so hard and just cut him off, but I just want to make sure I get to the end so that you guys will understand the product knowledge here. So Jasper Estate in Bejuleki is currently selling for 200 million for the 5-bedroom, and is the terrace. They're looking at doing a terrace there. We have some terraces already there, so it's sold out
Hold
because
on, hold on,
the ones
Jessica.
existing
Let
there
me,
are
Jessica. Let me intervene. By the way, I want to hear feedback. How many of you think he did well? How many of you think he could improve better? And can you state the aspects you think he can improve on? You can type in the chat box your view. My opinion is that, by the way, guys, I'm in Harvard, so this is my hostel. Sorry, you're seeing my bed. It's a small room, as a student, so pardon me. But so he was persistent. So somebody said that he did that well. I think that he did not answer the question of, I heard you people don't have houses. I don't think he answered it well. Again, sometimes there are certain objection customers have. There is actually opportunity for you to shine. Right. So if I were him, I would let him know, first of all, we're a holding company, so we have many subsidiaries. So for example, we have a subsidiary called GTS Suites. And GTS Suites alone has delivered more than 100 houses in Nigeria and more than 50 in Dubai. However, GTS Homes model is a bit different. So GTS Homes, is partners with our subsidiary that sells land called GTS Land. So our model is, we call it off plan. You want to buy a house from us, we'll tell you which of our estate we have, and then you pay and we build the house. So you might not see GTEX Homes having so many houses everywhere because the model is quite different. It's a model where you pay us and we build, right? But GTEX Suites, which isn't necessarily even doing, which is totally a different subsidiary, and is not necessarily doing green and smart home, has many houses we've delivered. So that is the storyline that you want to communicate. Else you could still take them to your Jasper Estate, for example, in Ibejuleki, and they will still not be satisfied, right? Because the mindset, Jessica, some of them we have is they want to come to a place and there is 1,000 houses already built. So you have to take your time to explain your model and how unique it is, and let them know, say, look, what we do is we fence the land, we start building, and it's based on you pay, we build, you pay, we build. So we take our time to do that. Lackware is an example. Most people still don't know that Lackware has not built up to 50% of their land because they are using a similar model. The advantage they then have is that they did a golf course. So they did a golf course, they did a lodge, right? And then gradually started building out the housing part of it. Okay, are we learning at all? And Lackware, for example, people don't know, is over 15 years old. If I was over 20 years old, and it's not yet fully built, right? Over 20 years later, right? Because they decide to phase it and phase it and phase it and phase it. So, but if you don't explain your model, are we learning here? If you don't explain your model, then people think something is wrong with you, right? Because they don't understand your model and your own unique pattern of building. So it's an opportunity to explain to them and say, look, we have and we're in the world of what we call sustainability. Can we all put on our video? I'm still seeing too many people's video not on. Everybody should put on their video if you're in this class. So we as a company, we're big on sustainability. we're building, companies that is sustainable. We're not taking loan from the bank because we have that option too. We could take loan from the bank, right, and build this estate. But guess what? The day we default, the bank will come and collect all the estate, and everybody who bought land and house, they will chase you all out. I'll tell you are owing the bank. So those are opportunity for you to market. I hope Daniel and Jessica is hearing. The opportunity to market how unique you are. To say, are you aware, as big as this estate is, 1 naira from the bank is not here. So you buy land from us, you can relax. Bank will not collect it. You buy house from us, you can relax. Bank will not what? Bank will not collect it. Are we learning here? If we're learning type, I'm learning. Right?
Yes, sir.
So that way they're able to understand that you have a unique model. It's called sustainable model. I remember sharing this with Bishop Oyedepo some weeks ago about our model. And he ended the conversation and said, "My son, you are even wiser than I thought." Right? Because the GTS model, if you're not careful, you think GTS is biting more than it can chew. How many of you think like that? Because when you hear the company has 30 estates, right? And here and there, your mind will be like, wait, let them finish one estate before they jump into another now. What is wrong with these people? Okay. But what people don't know is that we build what we call, we're building a sustainable business model. And in a sustainable business model, you are saying we move based on what we have, right? We will not bite more than what we can chew. But we are strategic about even the biting. So what do I mean? What is the scarce commodity in Nigeria? Is it houses or land? Quickly, I need someone to type it. What is the scarce commodity in Nigeria? Houses or land? I've just few minutes and then I'll return it back to Jessica to continue training you guys. And I will encourage you, Jessica, whenever you're doing product knowledge or even elevator speech, use your slide. Use a slide to break down an estate. You must be systemic in your thinking. Use a slide to explain an estate, then pick somebody random, not Daniel, right? Pick somebody random who is a GNA and let them try to pitch. And that way they will improve better. You correct, and then you pick another person, you correct, you pick another person. And you even see some people say, hey, I'm interested. So I can see more people say house is more scarce than land. Now, I'll ask you a question. In a country of 220 million, and is projected in the next 20 years to become 400 million. Let me ask that question again. Is it land that is scarce or house? Right? A country of already 220 million. In the next 20 years, will be over 400 million. Right? There is no more land. Nigeria land will not grow. Okay? You may do one or two sand filling in Eco Atlantic, and that's it. But the land won't grow. Okay? Obviously, the scarce commodity is the land. Is the land. And for your information, what are we doing with our land? Who can tell me what we are doing with our land? We're building bungalows. At best, we are building one story. What are we wasting? Who can tell me what we are wasting? Come on, talk to me. I need interactive class. We're wasting the land. You're wasting the land because now you build bungalow on it. In the next 20 years, there will be need because the land will be all over. So the pressure, and it's happening if you go to Ikoyi and VI now, if you notice, you see all these old houses over 100 years old. Who noticed that? And then sometimes surrounding it, you are seeing 20-story, 15-story. And who has noticed that? But you now see this old house, bungalow house, right? And then they are wasting the land. In Ikoyi, in the heart of Ikoyi, in the heart of VI. So that is about to happen across Nigeria in the next few years, where, okay, all land has been sold, right? All land, they built one bungalow, one mod house here, mod house there. Everybody is struggling, particularly in the city center. So what is the wisdom for a company like GTEX, who understand real estate deep? It's not just, we're not shallow developers, deep. You have a land banking opportunity, no be so? A land banking opportunity, isn't it? And so you are saying to people, buy this land, even leave it another 30 years, 40 years, the value will have gone up. Now, instead of you to say today you are building bungalow on the house, if you leave it for another few years, right? Because of the scarcity, what happens? You can even do a joint venture with a developer, isn't it? And then do 10 story, do 15 story. Is anybody learning from this? But what we have decided to do is that in the meantime, we have fenced the estate. We have provided security. Anybody want to build their house, go and build. Our own housing scheme, we are focusing on what? You buy, you pay us, we build. You pay us, we build. We are not rushing. That way, we own the land. Okay, now we own land. Nobody they chase us for our land. We don't fence it. We don't put security. We're taking possession. So it's not as if somebody will grab the land, which is part of the challenges you are noticing in recent time, because some of the land we have not fenced, we are now reaching out to the clients to say, come and pay your development levy. When you bought this land 8 years ago, right? Cement was 2,000. Iron rod, who knows what I'm talking about? Today, the thing is going up and it's not going to reduce. If we don't quickly fence this land, we will lose it. Who knows that today now, both government and Omonile are the ones collecting land? It's both. You just see governor say, I place acquisition on this land. And the governor will take it over. The land that used to be free lease, they've taken over. Omonile is also taking land. So you are saying to customers, let us quickly fence the place, take possession of this particular land that we have not taken possession. Because if government collects it, there's nothing GTS will do. We are more powerful than government. Even as a brand, what happened? I mean, all of you know the story of Landmark, right? This is an existing company, pay tax. Everybody knows the place. They still took the part of the man's land. So is it GTS they will not collect land? So, but let's take possession. Before you know it, some client said, no, I'm not paying a dime. When I bought the land, 1.5 million, you're not asking me to come and pay 12.5 million for development. But it's not my fault. If you had paid development levy when you bought the land, right, we will have immediately fenced the land and do what we need to do. It's, inflation is all over the place. Cement that used to be 2,000 is now 10,000 plus. Are we learning, everybody? I hope we are learning, right? The iron rod, sand. If I remember when we started this burial now, the government took 5 acres from our land. With some field, the place with some field, we even do interlocking. We do fence, government took it. So now we need to do another new fence after the coastal road. So we're telling customers, let's refence it again, right? We're not asking you to pay new money. Just pay the development levy you have not paid. But the price has gone up because when we started that place, it was 20,000 naira per trip of sand. Right now, it's between 120 and 200 per trip of sand. Okay, so there is a major crisis in terms of construction in Nigeria at the moment. And it's not a fault of one developer or another. But in Nigeria, everybody, if somebody goes now on social media and says Stephen Akita is a scammer, will anybody not listen to them, whether they are right or wrong? Okay? Even if you don't believe, you still want to hear the gist. Right? You still want to hear the gist. Wow, see how they drag my oga. Okay? And that's now part of the crisis of being famous. Because anybody can throw anything at you. Anybody can go and say anything. But unfortunately for such people is that, okay, is the opinion you're entitled to it. You know, when you are dealing with someone who has a thick skin and don't send your opinion, Abby. But what I know is that for one fake news that doubts our integrity, there's more than 1,000 who will stand and say, I stand for these people. I know who they are. I know what they stand for. I was still being told about somebody who went around saying rubbish about me. How many people were posting there and said, do you know who Dr. Stephen is? This is a man of integrity. He's not one of those people. People were just posting. I was being told about it. Right? So this person where they had to 1 year list. It's not that kind of person. Do you even know him? Okay. So but that is Jessica, we together now because we want to. Sometimes you eventually run into trouble, not because you lied, but because you didn't present the story in an accurate way, right? So people have a wrong perception. For example, one of the major perceptions you see people always talking about, let them show us one complete estate. Okay, we get that one plenty. We have, 5 units here. We have, in fact, there's one we are trying to sell in Life Camp. It's about 5 units, 4-bedroom with a BQ in Abuja. But those are not greener. It's not the typical model. It's under GTS suites, right? Where we just do, small mini estates here and there. Am I making sense at all? But the concept of the main GTS homes, you are buying a land and you keep adding. Or say just 5 bedroom, like it was 10 acre, right? Now it has increased. It's almost 40 acre now, and we're adding more to it. So that's a long-term project. I hope we are learning at all. It's not a short time. But what have we done? We've fenced it around. We've done road to the entrance. We've done, okay, we are moving at our pace. Everybody type sustainable business. Come on, type it. Because the global thing we are now learning, even in Harvard and Yale and all these Ivy League school, to say, can you build a sustainable business? A business that is not too much under pressure. Because typically, you will claim, oh, but there are these other people. They've built 1,000 homes. They've built 2,000 homes. Madam, they built 2,000 homes, but they are owing the bank 20 billion. They are owing the bank 100 billion. Oh, yeah, talk to me. Can somebody explain to me which one is more sustainable? Me, I buy my land, JJ. I'm building my house as my money cover. Right? Versus somebody who took 100 billion. Okay? Now, out of the 100 billion, he still, maybe he has paid, he's still owing 40 billion. Oga, who is rich? Talk to me now. Who is rich now? Okay? So, sustainable business is what we are building. Everybody types sustainable business. I want it to sink in because I can assure you there's a lot of work for us who market GTS to do. There's a lot of being able to put the stories right, communicate right. I can see Econ, his video is not on. Ifeanyi Chuk's video not on. Are you one of our draggers or you are a legit member of this team? Once your video is not on, you're a suspect. I can see Bukola, Oshin, Niyoro, Blessing, Idem, all of you, video not on. Miracle. I'll be calling you out now. Taufik, Jonathan, Nebi Sede, Elizabeth, Simiolaya, Chinonye, Victoria Organa. I can go on and on. Put on your video if you're part of this team. Okay? Anytime we do meetings like this, we want videos on. I can see Moses Ajibodu. Gold. Who is Gold? You are gold all-rounder. Celeb. There's this husband and wife picture. Ecom, Obonk, Dixon. Put on your video, okay? It's always good when we have meetings like this. Our videos are on. We have conversations. Nothing beats it. So I want somebody, I haven't done this presentation. I want somebody to call me now, right? I want a GTS and associate member. And you have a 50,000 naira cash I'm going to give you if you do well. Yeah, let's go. Who wants to go? You can meet yourself first fingers. You must not be a GTS staff, just a GTS and associate member.
I would love to go, sir.
I would like to go, sir.
Okay, the first woman
Good morning,
that
sir.
spoke up. I'll go with the first woman that spoke up. So, what's your name?
Desirable. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Okay, so you are calling me to sell any of GTS estate. So go ahead. Want to go?
Okay, it's a pleasure speaking with you. I've followed you over time, and I noticed you're someone who loves investment, and it interests me
Hold
to
on,
share.
hold on. What's your name? You called me. It's so unprofessional. You did not tell me your name. Now you are telling me you are stalking me. You've been following me. Why are you following me?
I'm sorry, I'm desirable. I'm a real estate consultant, and I'm so pleased to speak with you this morning. Um, I have an investment offer that I know that will interest you. Over time, I've seen your
You have not answered
posts,
me.
and
You
I know
said you've
that
been stalking me. You've been stalking me. Why are you stalking me?
I don't intend to stalk you, sir, but I have something of value that I know will really help you to make more money because I know you're someone who really loves luxury, and I have something luxurious that will interest you this morning. So I feel I should
Where
share
did
that
you get
with
my
you.
number? Where did you get my number from? Where did you get my
I'll be following you on LinkedIn. I got that from LinkedIn, sir. So I felt
number
I
on
should call.
LinkedIn?
Yes,
No.
sir.
Now you are
One of
lying.
your posts.
I did not put my number on LinkedIn. No. No. I did not put my number on LinkedIn.
Oh, really? That was this video I watched on LinkedIn that I saw your number, sir. Perhaps you have forgotten, but because I have been following you over time, that was why I could have access to that. So I felt I should share what I have with you, sir.
Oh yeah, share. I don't have time. Please share.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your audience. At the moment, we have a number of investment offers that merit your investment, and we have two offers that are most interesting. The other is on landed property. Having followed you over the years, I noticed that you're someone that likes land banking, and it's because you've spoken how this land banking have really helped you in the past. So we have one of our best-selling estates in Ibejuleki. Amazingly, it's facing the Ibejuleki Express Road along the free trade zone, just a close proximity to Dangote Refinery. And it's just facing the express. And then we also be having buildings. A number of celebrities, a number of people of integrity have already invested in that estate. And at the moment, we have some acres left because I know an acre or two inside that estate by you will surely make a lot of huge
How
return
much is
to you
it?
in
How
the
much
future.
is it? How much is it?
It's going for 32 million naira per plot of 450 square meters. But if you'll be going for
32 million. You people
please,
must
sir.
be a fraud. 32 million for land. 400 square meter. This is 419. Why will land be 32
You know,
million? You they call the
yeah.
million. Madam, you don't see. Have you ever seen 30 million in your life before? You are calling million.
Oh, if you don't merit it, I assure you shouldn't have come your way, sir. I saw you that you merit this, sir. I give you something, I give you peace of mind. The property I'm bringing to your way is a property that have amazing title that will give you peace of mind. It's something that government will not drive you free from government insurance.
Hold on. Is your chairman the man charging poor people $18,000 for mentorship? Is that not the owner of your company?
Of course. I'm very glad you know him. That's the man of integrity we are talking about.
You people are fraudsters. The Punch said EFCC is looking for the man. I can't back. No. No.
Oh, that is. I'm glad you just brought this up, sir.
Charging poor people. No wonder you are not selling land 32 million. You people have. No.
I'm super glad you just brought this up, sir. I'm super glad you just brought this up. I think it will interest you. No, I think it will interest you to know this our chairman very well. He is a man of integrity. He has been into this business for the past 17 years, and that is just one. I want to also say something, sir.
Poor people, $18,000 for mentorship, and you said the man get integrity.
Oh, if that man has not built integrity over time, sir, he wouldn't have charged that. It tells you that he's giving you something of value. We can only give value. And whatever he's going to teach these people who he charged it.
Be charging poor people $18,000. Poor people.
I want to say something, sir. See, let me tell you, if poor people want to liberate themselves from poverty, they need to make sacrifices to move to the other level. And if $18,000 is what they need to do to get that way, oh, why not? Because it's just a few people that make decisions today that get, you can only predict your future by creating it. And that is the only way those poor people can create a better future for themselves and their future offsprings. So if they can sacrifice that $18,000, sir, I assure you, they won't be the same forever. And that is why I'm also bringing you an offer that I know, if you can make this sacrifice today, sir, in the next 5 to 10 years, you will call me and thank me. In fact, you will take me out. I know you owe me that, to be honest.
I don't trust you people. You are inflating prices. Your prices are not realistic. You are just scamming people. You are taking advantage of innocent Nigerians. In fact, I think I will do a post now. Just scammer alert, educating people to avoid you people, avoid your chairman, avoid your company, avoid, being scammed and, defrauded. Nigerians need to be aware and be careful of people like you.
I want to say something. Do you know that facts don't lie, sir? Facts are the best thing that tells people the real reality of what we are saying. It will interest you. It will interest me if you can book an inspection with us to see this property yourself. Already priced. Do you know?
Is it not land? Is it more than land? 32 million. Is it more than land? Wait, this 32 million. Is it more than land? Is it house or is land?
It's land. The kind of people that have already invested here. You know that Costaris himself endorses us. The man of integrity. The man that has credibility.
Don't bring I want repair on a bad image using Costaris, Abi. No, don't bring that one there.
No, by no means, sir. I want you to know something.
With you people's scam. Don't bring his name into this.
Cannot have anything to do with us if we are not people of integrity. I'm moving forward the qualities that he cherishes so much. Integrity is number one. I want you to know that. He's a man of credibility. He is the one that said one of the best currency you can get is credibility. And if we don't have integrity, because Charis will not even endorse us. He can't recommend us to anybody. I think coming over to this estate will really help you to make an informed decision.
You people just want to use Oga Charis to wash your name, But it's okay.
Inside this estate, we have already created roads, sir. There is electricity. It's a buy and build.
I don't hear you. I'll come and see. Thank you.
I have an amazing offer. Let me tell you. In fact, if you buy an acre, we are getting it at a huge discount. Instead of 32 million, you'll be buying it at 27 million naira for plot out of these 6 plots.
What's
So
the
can you
difference between
imagine?
what's the difference between 32 and 27? Madam,
5
I
million
beg.
naira away from each plot. That's about 30 million naira. But we would have paid extra if we're buying it at 32 million naira. Sir. I
Well,
tell you.
let's clap. Hello, guys. Let's clap for her. I think she don't try. Right? Is that
Opportunity, sir.
You're welcome. Is by the way, it's not easy to pitch, right? You guys need to know that. And I'm intentionally being hard on her. Sometimes you may be lucky not to have somebody that is this tough, but prepare for when you are calling people, prepare for all sorts, right? Prepare for all manner. And you must be prepared because if you are not mentally prepared, I can see gold. Kuku remove her hand. She's no longer pitching when she saw. You think that it's easy to make 50,000? The way I was hard on the woman, gold, don't drop her hand, so she's not talking. but you must be prepared for things like this. But let's get feedback. What do you think she did not do right? What do you think she did right? Oh yeah, quickly, guys. By the way, I'll give you the 50,000, not because you did perfectly well, because I'll still mention a lot of areas you could have improved. But at least for your tenacity and not giving up, I think is worth giving you something. But let's read. You can drop in the comment section. What did she do right? What did she not do right? Quickly, guys. So let me start while I'm waiting for you to type yours. I think that she needed, you remember I kept emphasizing 18,000 from poor people. She needed to emphasize number one, sir, are you aware poor people are already poor and they cannot afford 18,000? So obviously the program was not for poor people, right? Because you must, and that's why I tell people when you are doing pitching, you must listen more than you are talking, right? Because if you don't listen very well, you will not notice the error in what they are saying. Your answer is in what they said. They have given you the answer because you can see, 18,000 poor people, collecting 18,000 poor people, right? She being a rich people like himself, they collect money from. For anybody we go pay 18,000 now, it don't reach already now. So except these fights, now fights for rich people. Who can you see the logic there? Right? First, it's a conversation about are we fighting for rich people or we're really fighting for poor people? Because if we're fighting for poor people cannot afford $18,000. So obviously the coaching was not meant, the mentorship was not meant for poor people. It's meant for rich people. Okay? But if you say, may we fight for rich people, do Allah, let's go that conversation. I don't know if you agree with me, you will have silenced that conversation. The next argument will not be, but for poor people, Dr. Stephen has done over 3,000 videos on YouTube for free, on real estate, on crypto, on Forex, free podcast sessions. He has brought rich people to mentor people, free on YouTube. That is there. So that's available for poor people. Salome, do you agree you will have finished that? And you start gaining the person's respect. Because what we need to know is that a lot of these people who are pitching to particularly high network, they are very intelligent. Right? Yeah. It's one of the things they are teaching us in Harvard. That look, when you are pitching your business, because part of what we're learning is how to pitch our business to venture capitalists. These people know when you are saying rubbish and when you are saying sensible things. Right? So it's important to listen and take your time to evolve a very strategic answer. The next conversation is why is the land 32 million? Right? 32 million for Bejileki is too expensive. And I think your answer to that is to say, sir, there is already housing deficit in that place. And any land with the right title is already expensive because of the coastal road that is there and the proximity to Dangote refinery. So all these expatriates, Dangote alone has over 10,000 expatriates in that refinery, right? We have the seaport, we have the free trade zone. So the demand in that place is already more than supply. So that has shot the value up. Also, what you are buying is not just the land, it's the serviced estate. We are tiring the road for you. We are doing fence. We are providing security so that you don't buy a land and only collect the land back, right? We will deliver your document to you anywhere you are in the world, sir. Anywhere you are in the world, right? We have customer support system 247. We just launched a new app, where by the way, Jessica, make sure next week Jamie and the team come and teach on the app. Where on the app, sir, because part of when he was saying that you people are scammers and all of that, sir, on this app with Google Map, you will see the land you are buying. So trust has been established. You will see the land from the app. You can zoom in and see the exact land you are buying, and you select what you are buying and you pay. So we have put in structure for high level integrity. We're very transparent, sir. Everything we do is very transparent, and I can assure you that you are getting value for that 35 million that you are paying. How many of you think, I think I should be the one to collect the 50,000, not you now, Salo.
So very much. You didn't even allow me to express myself. I tried so much to talk on the amenities
They will
that we
not
have
allow
in
you, they will
on
not
the
allow you to
estate.
express yourself, my dear. Many of these people are already
You
angry.
get
Where
plans.
did you
I
get my
get plan.
number?
I know.
Where did you get my number? They were not expecting your
Thank
call.
you.
And that's why you must listen more, right? In fact, sometimes this is what I do when I'm calling like that. Now let's repeat it. Let me tell you how you should have done this. Let's repeat it, Salome. So you are the client, I am the one calling. Okay, so let me call you. Hello, good day, Mrs. Salome. My name is Stephen Akintayo. I'm known as Africa's most influential investment coach. I have an amazing opportunity. I help rich people to make more money through real estate investment. Will you be interested? Okay. Now, the answer will either be what? Will you be interested? Come on, yeah, give me an answer. Is that is a yes or no?
Oh yeah, I'd like to hear that.
You see, that should be your pitch, elevator speech. And if you notice,
Okay.
I didn't allow you talk. I ran through everything at once, right? I mentioned my name.
Yeah.
I mentioned what I do, and I'm asking you, is this something you are interested in? Okay, so that if you say no, I will say no problem. I want to appreciate you for the time you've given me. If you say yes, at that point, I can go further, I even mention how but some people will say yes, but how did you get my number? Because people are very particular about how you got their number. So at that point, you don't give me permission to talk. So I can then go into, and it helps the conversation to be very civil, but when you just do
Permit me to
hello.
ask you how you get my number, please. Please, how did you get my number?
Well,
I want to get that response.
we work with several advert companies who who I'm sure you will have subscribed for something that our partners do. And so my office sent me a database as one of the high net worth individuals that might be interested in premium legitimate real estate properties. Right. You see how I used to also raise the person's ego, saying a rich man. So okay, so you must clarify that. It's very important to be able to give a very concrete, comfortable reason or breakdown of how you got their number. People are very obsessed about how did you get my number. So you must have a good answer to that. We did an advert, you responded to the advert, or our partners, you must have responded to something our partners were offering, and the team sent me this. And that's it. I noticed that some people at GTS like Daniel, they always like to use Dr. Steven, Dr. Steven, Dr. Steven. I don't always think that can work for you and may work against you, because sometimes you meet somebody that likes Dr. Steven, so that makes it work. But don't assume everybody likes Dr. Steven. And I think sometimes that's the mistake we make. Right? There's just that assumption that everybody must like the founder of the business. Okay, so sometimes you may just want to go straight. In the course of the conversation, you may not discover is somebody who likes, you who may like Dr. Steven. And at that point, I say, well, by the way, you'll be glad. Can I shock you? He's the chairman of this company. Which is also another thing you must explain that people don't do. A lot of people don't know that I don't run GTEX day to day anymore. I am an investor like anybody else buying land. The only difference that I founded the company. Okay. But even me, I'm relying on the MDs. Where are they buying? What did they buy? Okay, what are they doing? Where are we? I'm constantly asking questions. We do board meetings, we're asking questions. So you must also clarify that, because sometimes, and that's an edge. I don't know that you get my point. That's an edge. I'll give you an example. Presenting Dr. Steven as an investor is a better way than presenting him as the person who runs the business, right? Everybody agrees that Dr. Steven understands real estate. How many of you agree with that? That we built that brand. Nobody's arguing that I know something when it comes to real estate. Do you agree? So presenting as an investor is easy to say. If Dr. Steven invested his money in this land, right, do you think he will invest in something that he doesn't believe in? Are we learning at all? Or do you think he will invest in something that will not, a land that will not appreciate in value? Are we learning here? Okay. So some of you like to pitch. 2 years ago, I stepped down to become the chairman. Mr. Rana and a lot of our MDs, they run the day-to-day of GTEX now. But because of the way some of us call and we put conversation through, Daniel, are you hearing now? And say from Dr. Steven's office, what does that give? What impression does that give me? Right? It gives me an impression that is Dr. Steven that is still running day to day of the business. Now, hear this. I'll tell you the disadvantage of that. In my mind, the man that is supposed to run the business, he did Harvard. Right? Tomorrow, the man who's supposed to run our business, he did Doha. I was saying how that pitch looks weird, Abby. The man who's supposed to Nigeria, they run my business for me or my investment. We don't see him again for Singapore, for Kiniko. So it kind of creates a wrong in their head, right? So why not just say the truth? He no longer runs the business, but is the major investor in the company. Does this make sense at all? And so we have people who run the day-to-day of the business, and that just helps people to calm down and relax, and they can go forward and reach out to the organization, reach out to whoever they need to talk to get whatever they need from the company. So putting conversations right is very important. Don't over leverage on the founder of the business, because he may still go against you. And mind you, most founders have all manner of gossips and fake news about them, right? So I'll give you an example. You want to sell Tesla, right? And then you are trying to use Elon Musk. I don't know if you agree with me that people probably like Tesla more than they like Elon Musk. Who agrees with me? You can wave your hand if you agree, right? They can throw away the Elon Musk, but they want their Tesla. Okay, if you agree, wave your hand. You can wave your hand. I want to be sure you guys are listening, right? If you don't react, it means you are not listening to me. You just joined, but you're not listening. Like Farouk now, he's smiling, he didn't wave his hand. I'm not sure he's listening. You know, and if he doesn't wave his hand in the next 10 seconds, it means he wasn't listening. Everybody see look at Farouk now. You see? He's in this class, but he's not listening. Okay? So, again, how many of you agree that people like Tesla, but they may not like Elon Musk? Can you wave your hand? Wave your hand, not in the comment section. Physically wave your hand like this. Aha, okay, now I know Farouk is following. Okay, so it's very important to know that sometimes people can like, and they have the rights. I mean, most founders, not everybody like founders, right? And sometimes it's just something they heard somewhere, some rumors somewhere. They don't even know the person, but they've heard rumors. And it's normal to how you rise. It's normal. I'll give an example. How many of you agree with me that a lot of people like Covenant University, but if you not like Bishop Oyedepo, can you wave your hand? They like Covenant University, right? They love the quality of education. They love, but including the parent that is sending their children there, right? But they may not like the person of Bishop Oyedepo. So, and it's okay. All right. Many of us who are founders, we are okay with people not liking us. So we are not in this, we're not politicians who are looking for likes, right? But so be careful how you pitch your product so that you don't always put it like, hey, our founder, our founder. Yes, you like your founder. That's why you work there. You believe in who he is. That's why you're marketing the company's product. But not everybody does. So, take your time. But if you now know they like the founder, almost milk it, milk it. Because that is the difference between selling one plot and 10 acre. Right? In fact, when you notice they are a big fan, part of the promise is that you're going to introduce them to the founder. Oh, right. Imagine you say, hey, if you buy up to 1 acre, there's this special meeting our founder does. And by the way, I'm going to be doing one in June in Lagos. So it's just for clients only. And it's going to be a dinner in Wheat Baker. And just for investors, existing and potential new ones. And so events like that are something we're going to be doing almost every month. We're calling it Investors Hangout. And strictly for existing investors, we used to do that, I think, some years ago. We stopped at some point, but want to start it all over again. So some people will even buy more, right? Just because they discover that, hey, they are going to meet the founder. Okay, so I'll give you an example. See Taufik now. Taufik said, I'm Taufik Sonny. I was the one who sent a request on WhatsApp for land on island. Still hoping to hear from you. Do you see now? Taufik in his mind thinks I can be in Harvard and I can be buying land in Lagos at the same time. Can you hear me clap for my Taufik? Okay. I am not the one in charge of buying land. People just don't want to believe this, right? The model of GTEx, there's a reason why we are spreading the way we spread. There's a reason why. We are heavy on people, right? We are heavy on people. Shola is not here. Shola helps us with a lot of our Southwest acquisition himself, and he has his legal team. Vivian is here. Vivian helps us with South, South, and Southeast, right? So always do your own research in any company. Who are the gatekeepers? There are people in the system, right? Who are sometimes more powerful than the founders. And this is a lesson, and I'll wrap up here. When it comes to high ticket sales, and I'm going to be doing that video today, look for gatekeepers. Everybody type, look for gatekeepers. Come on, everybody type, look for gatekeepers. Okay, look for gatekeepers. Many of us have not gotten big people to do business with us because we ignore their gatekeepers, right? And who are the gatekeepers? The people usually you ignore, their driver, right? Their security men, okay? Their cleaner. Okay, I'll give you an example. Do you know in GTEX, I have some office assistants that I respect their opinion than a general manager in GTEX. If you know, wave your hand. Right? If you don't know, just don't wave your hand. Office assistant in GTEX that I respect more than a general manager. Okay? Because that office assistant has been with me for 10 years. The general manager joined us maybe 2 years or 3 years ago. Who knows what I'm talking about? If we stop paying salary for one business challenge for just 2 months, the general manager don't go, he don't look for another job. That office assistant, he go die there. Are we learning here? And I'm telling you secrets of any rich man or woman you are seeing. Don't joke with their gatekeepers. Don't joke with them. Okay? Don't joke. Right? So their gatekeeper has a higher chance, right, of giving you access to the company and how you can get things to work than the man you are chasing. So Mr. Taufik now is disturbing me on WhatsApp. I'm not even sure I recall who he is. But do you agree with me that if Mr. Taufik had partnered with somebody in GTEX, that person will have told him and said, no, go and meet Mr. Shola or go and meet Vivian, right? This land you want to sell, move faster. I will learn if Taufik has muted his videos. You are talking to, so I want to be sure you are learning, put on your video. Because it's not just you that is making this mistake. There are so many
Yes,
people
sir, I'm here.
who are trying to sell land, who are making the same mistake. And each time you tell them, go and meet so person. Do you know, I got one. I said, go and meet this person. Even 1 month later, he was telling me, sir, the land I told you about. I said, but I give you a number. Do you know he lost the number? I said, sir, please send me the number again. One met the Mr. Shola and was rude to the man. So when he came back to me, I said, but I'm sorry, that's the guy. What his opinion is Lord on land matters. At that point, he was not asking me to beg because the Mr. Shola blocked him. And I hope you know some of these gatekeepers are not as nice as me I am. You know me, I'm famous. Sometimes I need to be nice so that you don't drag me. Nobody knows them. So okay. So you misbehave, the person don't block you. You don't move on. So he was not begging me, sir, he blocked me. Can you help me beg him? I said, beg him how? So respect gatekeepers. Respect gatekeepers. Okay? Be patient with their excesses. Because sometimes you think that, imagine, ordinary gate man, see the pride. Meanwhile, Dr. Sylvia, I chat him. In 5 minutes, Dr. Sylvia has replied me. And this one, maybe Nigerian manager, MD. It took him 2 days to reply me. Be patient with the excesses. Okay? If you need something, you want to sell something, right? Some of you are trying to sell to a rich man, and you know he has a daughter that he loves the most. Get a gift for that daughter, right? Blend with their family members. Win the heart of some of these people. That is how you go far. I'll stop here because I have to go to class too. I hope you learned a bit. And Ikena, please send Salome her 50K. You can tell the accountant to send her 50K. So some people
Okay,
still
sir.
think, some people now will think it's me that need to send 50K. There's an accountant somewhere who is the one in charge of even sending money. Okay. And that's why I laugh when I see things on social media. Stephen Akita, you know, some of them are so dramatic. You think they paid to my personal account. Okay. And we had business. Oh, God will have mercy. It is well. So learn to look for gatekeepers. That's how to sell premium. Have a great day. Jessica, go on.
Thank you very much, Dr. Stephen. Oh, it was amazing. I'm sure you've all learned a lot from the role play. If you got value, type I got value. And say thank you, Dr. Stephen. I want everyone here to say thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Stephen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to see that in the chat box. And with your emojis, please.
So I want everybody to do me a favor. I want you to do a short video, and I promise to share it on my stories, and I can assure you get more followers. If you also tag me on Facebook, I will also share it on my Facebook page. I want you to do a short video, right? Not just me, right? But start with me. Of course, I'm good, and I know I'm good. Mention the benefits of today's session, what you learned from me. After you're done with me, mention other speakers that you got value. Mention the website that they need to register to join us tomorrow. And tag me on Instagram, tag me on Facebook. I will share it on my stories. I will repost, and my social media team. By the way, we're about 4 people that manage my social media team, but I know they are here. So when I say I will, me and my team, most likely my team, but they are hearing. Right? So we'll try and share. You get more followers as well. So let everybody do that. And that's also how to build your brand. It's powerful when somebody who has over 2 million followers, you know, is sharing your video, right? So we must learn to position ourselves as well. These little things is also how you build your brand. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. That's amazing. So you all heard what Dr. Stephen said. Do the video and send it. Send it to the Dr. Stephen's WhatsApp, tag him. Like, and also in our Gators and Associates group. Do it today. Also do that in our Instagram too. Yeah, so we'll be rounding up now, and the meeting continues by tomorrow. Same time, same 10 a.m. Right, so how many persons brought their 20 persons here today? I know some of us joined, some persons joined through Facebook, some joined through YouTube today. So if you're not with your 20 persons, try and get your 20 by tomorrow. Right, you did. That's nice. Damilare. Favor, how many persons did you get?
I was able to reach out to a couple of people, reach out to more than 20 persons and about 15 of thereabouts. Try to join, but how many persons that registered? About 8%.
Fantastic. So tomorrow, get your 20 persons or more. So we'll continue the training tomorrow. We need to round up today. So see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all. Bye.